the Nexus 6P, and the P stands for premium, which I honestly think is quite rightly placed there. This phone is really premium looking and feeling, and I would have never expected something like this to come out of Google's Nexus brand. And it has had a lot of hype, and it's been able to live up to those expectations, which is pretty hard to do in the smartphone era right now. It comes in 3 different colors: white, aluminium, and black. However, the black is quite fingerprint magnetic, and if you don't want that, I'd recommend putting on some kind of D-brand skin or slip grips or a case, or just choose one of the other colors. It's got a 1440p QHD super crispy display on the front, and it's much more manageable than the giant Nexus 6, which had a 6-inch display with this new chamfered edges and not curved back. It's really easy to hold now and quite ergonomic. Towards the top of one of the sides, we've got the SIM tray, which is of course extractable with the SIM extraction tool, which is found in the box. And towards the top we have the headphone jack, which I honestly prefer to have on the top, because it just makes everything easier once you have your phone in your pocket and you're playing music while you're running or doing some kind of activity while your phone is in your pocket. And towards the bottom we have the all-new Type-C connector, which I'll talk about later. Also towards the top we have this visor kind of thing, which allows waves to pass through, and also is the glass for the camera, which I honestly quite like. And also the design is quite ergonomic and pretty nice in the hand, which is something that I quite like as well. Under the hood we've got a Snapdragon 810, an Adreno 430 GPU, and 3 gigs of RAM, which are dishing out some pretty good Geekbench scores of 1353 for single core and 4872 for multi-core. So really I think that this phone will be able to handle almost anything you throw at it, and I think I throw quite a lot at these phones, and it's really held up quite well. So this charges with the new USB Type-C, which is really fast in data transfers, and also charging it right now is 5 minutes of charge equates to 7 hours of usage. So this is really good. On the back we've got Google's first fingerprint sensor called Nexus Imprint, and I've had barely any problems with it, and I'd call it one of the fastest fingerprint readers out on the market, being really close to the speed of the Mate S. And I really think that this is one of the most accurate and best kind of fingerprint readers out in the market. Right now the media experience is pretty good, with dual front-facing speakers and a super 1440p AMOLED display, which is ultra crispy, and I really think that all of this together while gaming, while watching videos on Netflix or whatever you're watching it on, really allows a super crispy and a really nice media experience while you're using it for these kind of things. On the front we've got an 8 megapixel shooter, and on the back we've got a 12.2 megapixel camera, which is also pretty good, as you can see later. However, the shutter speeds are kind of slow, and when you put the HDR plus mode on, it takes about a second to take a picture with, which is acceptable since it is HDR plus, and you know that it's processing some quite crispy footage. For video, there's 3 kinds of modes: 120 FPS and 240 FPS for slow-mo. And to activate the camera from anywhere, just double tap the home button and then you're in the camera app. So the photos, as you can see, are pretty good, and the video is also good. However, there is no optical image stabilization. However, there is electronic image stabilization, which still gives some pretty nice 4K video. So this is a 6P. It is basically the full package for me. It comes with the display, the speakers, the camera, which is pretty decent, still not the best, but one of the best out there. And the difference between this and the best smartphone camera, which I would give to the Note 5 right now, is razor thin. So really, it has one of the best cameras right now on the market, and all of these things add up to be the whole package. And I really think that this phone is the best of 2015, and it's the best that 2015 has to offer. And I think that this will stay like that as the best smartphone in the world right now until we see something better, which is going to be very hard to top. So that has been my review of the Nexus 6P. If you like the content, please don't forget to leave a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe. So for now, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.